Good afternoon. It is summer. Oh, it's not summer, it's technically spring, but we're going into summer and days are getting longer and it's getting a lot warmer. Yeah, or I'll just go out for a quick walk. I think it's about 7 o'clock, which is pretty good time for the sun to still be up. I don't have much to say on the NoFap front, but I did have something I wanted to say. And it's kind of NoFap related in a way. Is that when I used to get a habit or an issue that I have, or a problem that I have, I don't know if other people have this problem, is that I tend to obsess over things. In that, and I'll elaborate on this, in that sometimes when I do things, I tend to get like an idea in my head and I like pursue it relentlessly. And like for instance, I might be reading a book and then I may think about that book, say about 5 or 6 months down the track, I may think about like a specific paragraph in that book or a section of a book, and I'll be thinking, and it'll suddenly come out of nowhere, and I'll just have this thought, and I'll just be thinking about it for ages and ages and ages, and like I'll kind of obsess over it for a bit until I actually kind of fulfill it in a way. In that if I'm thinking about a book that I read ages ago, and I'll think about this one little section, and then I'll think about it for ages until I have to get up and I have to go find this book I was reading, and then I'll go through every page until I finally find that paragraph I'm thinking about and just read that little section. Or I was playing I was playing a game on the computer recently, and there's this little section of a level that I remember playing, and I really wanted to, because I remember in my head, and I really wanted to try it out in the game again, just to see if it was as I remembered it. And I remember, like, this was last weekend, and I was on the computer for ages just on this game trying to find this specific part of a level, and I couldn't remember where it was, so I was hunting through this game, like just flying through it, just looking for this one little section for me to play. And that's a weird thing maybe, but yeah, I can get these little obsessions and they come out of nowhere. And it's been like that with PMO sometimes. I know there's been times where I've had thoughts or ideas about something PMO related, and the thoughts haven't really left me. And that's the thing with this issue that I have, is that I can't really let go of them very well. And when it came to PMO, there's times where I've like got an idea behind something, and I didn't want to do it right because I didn't want to PMO and I didn't want to relapse, but I held on to the idea for ages, and I couldn't let it go until I did that one little thing to get the idea out of my head. Similar principle, right? And that's pretty much when this habit, if you would call it, is at its worst, is when I'm when it's PMO related. But thankfully it hasn't been like that for quite a while now, maybe a month or so, maybe less than a month. It used to be quite regularly at one stage, but now it's been pretty good. I haven't gotten ideas about things and obsessed over them until I fulfilled them. I mean, I do occasionally with other things, which I'll get to in a minute, but not PMO related. So I'm good with that. I'm good. But it's a weird thing. That I just get thoughts and ideas out of nowhere, and they stick in my head, and then and they stay there until I actually go and do it. I remember when I posted a video maybe a few months ago where I said I was in Melbourne, and I said something like, that's right, I met a girl when I was in Melbourne, and I gave her my email address, and I said in that video a while back, I said something like that, if she doesn't email me, then that's fine, I won't worry about it, I just, move on. That's the thing, you you can't force people to do things, right? And I respect that. If anyone watched that video, then it was a while back. But I was thinking, that girl, she never did email me, and that's fine. That's her choice, and that's I'm not saying she has to or anything like that. But what I'm trying to get at is that sometimes I'll be like I'll be at work or something, or I'll be home, and suddenly a thought will come into my head, and I'll be like, wow, that girl that I gave my email address to, she never did email me. I wonder why, or I wonder if I would ever be able to speak to her again, and just things like this, and I'll sort of obsess over it for a little while, and then I'll forget about it, and then it'll just go away, and then it might come back, and that's really annoying, and and it's more annoying when these things happen when they're outside of my power as well. Like for instance, when not that long, about a month ago, I saw someone online that I thought would be quite interesting to talk to. So I sent them like a message or an email or something. Just that they seemed like an interesting person. I thought it would be cool to connect with them, and just try and talk to them a little bit more or something like that. And I sent them a message, and they never replied to it. And I don't know this person personally, but I'm saying that I reached out to someone, and they didn't respond to me. And again, that's fine. I respect that. But there are times where I think, because it's totally out of my control. It's just sometimes I think, man, I wish that person would have actually responded to me. I wish I knew what it was like to talk to that person. And I'll obsess it. And I've been doing this over the last couple of days. I'll like obsess over it for a little bit. and it's really annoying, because I'll think, because there's nothing I can do about it. I can't make someone talk to me in this instance. I can't force someone to talk to me, but I'll think, man, I wonder what it would be like to actually talk to that person. And I work in an office which is next door to a gym, and in the office sometimes you can look out the window and you can see people coming and going from the gym, and there are a lot of regular people that come and go that I don't know personally. And sometimes when I'm doing my work throughout the week, like you see the regular people come and go and you don't know them, and I'll think, wow, I wonder what it would be like to meet that person. I wonder what kind of person that person's like. Or I wonder what personality they have. Because I see them a lot, but I don't actually talk to them, because they're in different parts of the building. And I can think about it for a bit, but I guess because it's kind of within my control and I can do something about it, I can go out and talk to a person or something like that, then it doesn't really worry me as much. But when it's this case with this person online that I'm talking about, like it's a lot more harder for me to get over, because I know I have no control over it. But yeah, that's just something that I'm going through at the moment. It's not PMO related, but you could use it in the in a similar context. Sometimes it's hard to let go of things. Sometimes it is, and especially if you're finding it hard to get over like PMO related things, it can be hard to let it go. It can be hard to get over things. I don't have a solution to that, obviously, for what I'm going through. But yeah, things come and go. Things come and go in life. People come and go in your life, and things happen, events change, and sometimes you get an opportunity to do something, and you miss it, and you'll never get that opportunity again. But yeah, just thought I'd share that thought with you. I think this video has gone on long enough. I am planning on making another one shortly, but yeah, there's videos. I know if you came here for NoFap advice, then I'm sorry if I let you down. I'm trying to just show a little bit of transparency, and sometimes a NoFap video doesn't always have to be about NoFap.